Ever pondered how your eyes perceive motion in video games? We're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of perception and how it paints our reality. It all begins with our eyes, those remarkable biological cameras that capture light and color and transmit this information to our brain. Here's where the magic happens. Our brain processes these signals, creating a coherent image of the world. In the context of video games, this process becomes even more intriguing. The images you see on your screen are actually a rapid succession of static frames. But why don't we perceive them as a slideshow? Well, that's because of our brain's ability to blend these frames into a seamless stream of motion, a phenomenon known as persistence of vision. Interestingly, the speed at which these frames are displayed, or the frame rate, plays a crucial role in how smoothly we perceive motion. So, it's not just about the graphics, but also how our eyes perceive them. Now, consider the stroboscopic effect, a fascinating phenomenon that has a significant impact on your gaming experience. This intriguing effect involves the perception of motion through rapid sequences of still images, quite like frames in a video game. In gaming, this principle is employed with a term you've likely heard of, frames per second, or FPS. This denotes the number of images displayed by your screen within 1 second. The higher the FPS, the more images you see, creating an illusion of fluid motion. Think of it like flipping through a comic book quickly. Each page is a still image, but when viewed rapidly, they seem to form a continuous action. That's your brain interpreting the stroboscopic effect. In video games, this is crucial. A higher FPS gives you smoother gameplay, reducing jerkiness and lag. So when you're battling enemies or racing against the clock, every frame counts. So the smoother your game appears, the higher the FPS thanks to the stroboscopic effect. But did you know that the stroboscopic effect influences more than just your gaming experience? It's a part of our everyday life. It's the reason why a spinning wheel can look like it's moving backwards or standing still. It's why a flickering light can seem continuous. It's all about how our eyes perceive frames per second. So whether we realize it or not, the stroboscopic effect plays a big role in how we perceive the world around us. To wrap up, ponder over this question. We've explored the stroboscopic effect, how it influences our perception of motion, and its impact on gaming. But let's delve deeper. Imagine a world where our eyes could interpret not just a few hundreds, but thousands or even millions of frames per second. Would the world around us appear in slow motion? Or would we see reality as a continuous stream of images, devoid of the motion we're so accustomed to? What if our eyes could perceive more frames per second? How would that alter our perception of the world?